Here we are once again on Cricbuzz Chatter, and we are in Pune today, but Shaun Pollock is still alongside. There's another constant. Faf du Plessis lost the toss again. What does he have to do to call right?
Yeah, I don't think this one was as big a loss as it's been made out. I think the surface was offering South Africa plenty, so I don't think he's that disappointed with losing this toss. I think he'd be more disappointed with the way the South Africans gone about their business, to be totally honest.
It was a bit early on, wasn't there? I mean, was the bowler in use? Your fingers were itching? Maybe I would have liked to bowl on the surface.
Well, I think the history of me, when I used to rock up at grounds, used to go to the surface, see what you've got to offer. There was a little bit of a green tinge, and you just wonder, is there actually something in this wicket, or am I being lured in? But I think once I'd taken that new ball, I would have been convinced that there was something there. And when they went past the bat more than they have so far in the series, and I think they'll just be a little bit disappointed in the fact that they didn't adjust their lines and lengths and the way they should have bowled, and they didn't get any more really early success. I think some of the deliveries deserved it. It was just the one wicket that KG got.
India hung in there, isn't it? I mean, that's one of the things I've enjoyed watching about Mayank Agarwal over the years, from seeing him in white ball cricket to red ball cricket, hanging in there. Spoke to him after the game. He's very proud of his ability to build innings, and that's what a proper test match batsman does.
Yeah, I mean, he came off the back of that 200, so he would have been feeling confident about his abilities and his technique and whatever was on the go at that stage. But it was a difficult period. You know, he had to play some moving deliveries, swinging deliveries. He got hit on the head. He made an edge that went through between third slip and gully, and then he settled in. It was almost like it was one over from Nokia, where he went bang, 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 3 fours, and it was like, okay, I'm in, I'm settled. And he didn't give another opportunity after that, and even the way he went to 99 with those 2 sixes in a row, it was phenomenal batting. He really did time the ball nicely. You know, we haven't seen a lot of him. I saw a bit of him in Australia, and I've been impressed by the timing. Not a massive foot movement, but he definitely hits it in the middle.
South Africa needed another Rabada, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I think the decision to play the extra seamer was the right one. Nokia, you've got to feel for him a little bit, you know, making his debut, trying to work things out. It's always a tough examination of your skills.
But he was going past 150.
Yeah, no, he's got all the ingredients. If he can just learn a little bit more consistency, learn when to implement his different short balls and game plan, and then maybe just get every little bit more skill into regards to shaping the ball, just a touch, just to give him something to play with. I think he could be a find for us. But I struggled a little bit today, and I think he'll be disappointed not to have picked up a wicket, but did ruffle a few feathers.
He did. Pujara got some runs. Pujara plays in his own way. It's as if Pujara doesn't bother about what's happening around the world. I will play myself in. I'll get my notes right. I'll tune my instruments going. Then I'll start to sing. Then I'll hit the high notes. He was actually looking pretty good when he got out. Which was the better ball for you? You're the bowler. The ball that got Rohit or the ball that got Pujara?
I'd probably say the Pujara one. I think the one from Rohit, when Rohit looks at it, he'll be disappointed that he was looking to play with an open bat face from a rather straight delivery. But I think the way they lured Pujara in, I think that was the better bit of bowling. But yeah, KG was definitely the pick, and getting Agarwal was important. They could have just done with maybe nipping Kohli out before the close.
That cotton ball from Maharaj.
Yeah, that would have been good. That would have been a real bonus.
I mean, I'm thinking, Keshav Maharaj is thinking, I'm coming to India. You know what, I keep bowling on these South African tracks where the ball just seems I'm doing a holding role. Here I'm going to come to India, and that's what it's going to be like. The script hasn't worked out that way for him.
Yeah, I mean, the service in Vizag offered a lot of assistance. Yeah. And obviously the Indian bowlers out-bowled our South African spinners. But he had a lot of work to do today, and it's not always that easy on the first day. I think he would come into more than just his own when he plays on day 3 or 4. But it's been hard work, and there hasn't been much reward for him. So he'll have learned a lot about himself, but South Africa really do need him to take a little bit of responsibility now and try and get some of those wickets, particularly in the top order, in the top 6.
Now we look for little gestures, don't we? Little moments. I thought one of those came when, with the second new ball, Vernon Philander came in and bowled, and Kohli got a cover drive. Kohli threw mid-wicket, speeds 122, and something about Faf suggested he wanted more.
Yeah, I think at one stage he was telling Dean to get Vern to charge in a little bit more. I think, Vern's got so many skills and abilities that when he gets that new ball, we know what he's capable of. And I think South Africa were looking for one last push. As I mentioned, one more wicket or 2 more wickets, have them 5 down for 270. would have been really good, but wasn't to be. There's still the opportunity tomorrow, but I must admit that Kohli's looking ominous.
Yeah, he is 273 for 3. I mean, on most surfaces in the world, anywhere in the world, 273 for 3 are in the driver's seat. In India, where the game can change very quickly, or this track has bounced, it could turn a little, then you're pretty much driving the course of this match. Now, day 2. Still a pretty new ball. South Africa won a big effort with the new ball. India, as like in the first day, be careful first half hour not to give a wicket.
Yeah, I think the key is that first hour. You know, as you say, the ball's still relatively new because we went off a bad light, so I think it's only 5 or 6 overs old. And KG's been the form bowler. So I think he's the key for South Africa. If he can pick up one and maybe Vern can nab another, because India have gone that one batsman short. If you can get into the bottom order, the tail or the arounders are looking to contribute with that new ball being relatively hard.
Tail, they can all bat.
They can.
Ashwin. It's a bit like Pollock, Boucher, Klusner. They can all bat.
Yeah, they can. But what I'm saying, if that ball's hard, and the top order really had to battle through a period there this morning, then all of a sudden South Africa can believe they can maybe make a bit of an impact, because they have to, in order to get themselves back into this match. South Africa have to pick up 2 or 3 wickets in short succession.
Is 450 the point at which South Africa think the game's gone if India get there?
Yeah, I think if India get anywhere over 400, I think South Africa are going to battle to win the test match. You've got to understand we're 1-0 down, so yeah, you can save it and get a big score yourselves, but in order to win it, you somehow have to get ahead at some stage, and once it gets to 400, 450, it's going to be difficult for them to do so.
I'll tell you what you didn't see on the telecasts, and that was Shaun Pollock pleading to himself, to anybody who could hear, put a slip here, do something there. So maybe the Pollock attitude will go into the second day, but at the end of day 1 and looking ahead to day 2, India in control.